Can we talk intercession for a minute? I really believe, and I can feel the Lord telling me all day, actually for the last couple of days, that there are people who are called to intercede who don't know that they're called to intercede in this way. And so he wants me to give you an example of how I intercede sometimes. It's one incident. And he's like, they just don't know that I'm asking them. They don't know. So here's this story, basically. I would say about 3 to 4 weeks ago, for a week straight, I kept hearing and almost basically feeling like a car crash. I could literally hear 2 cars crashing, and it was very loud, and you could just kind of feel it, and it was over and over and over again. And I kept getting it like at the end of my neighborhood, on a certain street and in an intersection, and then it would kind of linger. And so I started praying. During that time, I was praying and asking the Lord, like, am I are you trying to ask me to intercede over a car accident for myself, over my kids, like over a loved one, over somebody that I know? And the Lord never said yes or no. So I just started praying blanket car accidents. I just was praying over any car accident. And then every time I would hear that sound of a car accident, I would just pray and intercede over those scenarios, over the first responders, over the people, over the victim, over the person that would hit, just coming and rebuking and standing in authority over those things. Right? And this went on for weeks. And then all of a sudden it was gone. It was just gone. I stopped hearing it, and the Lord released me from interceding over it. Well, the other day, I know there's a lot of car accidents where I live, but the other day I was driving through the intersection, and I looked down, and there was just remnants from a car accident. I heard the Lord say, "This is the accident I asked you to pray for." 3 weeks after I heard accident after accident after accident, the Lord then revealed to me, "This is the incident that I asked you to pray and intercede over." I don't know what happened from it, but I do know that I prayed for it. I do know that I interceded for it. I do know that I interceded over many accidents, over many car incidences that could happen and maybe were stopped from happening. But we don't really know. We don't really know. And we don't really know how the Lord is going to use us. But it's like those things. If you're hearing something in the spirit, if you're hearing a war, if you're hearing a thunder, if you're hearing a flooding, if you're hearing a ticking clock, if you're hearing people crying, I hear a lot of people crying and a lot of people screaming and those kinds of scenarios happening often in the spirit. And I pray over those things. I intercede over those things. The Lord wants me to encourage you that He's calling you to intercede. He's calling you to pray. He's calling you to go hand in hand with Him over every little thing.